And what I do is I have some green screen capability here, so I can sort of pop into the slides and say hello. And if I want to introduce myself, hi, we're talking about enhancing your online sessions. So that's quite a simple thing to do if you've got green screens and stuff. We can talk about doing that. It's a bit like weather person style, isn't it? Which is quite nice. And this allows you to do various things. Now, let's just put a few words up on the screen, just to sort of show you some typography that Microsoft's beginning to look at doing now. You see, PowerPoint plus Zoom plus camera plus AI equals very memorable. And that's where they're going with their systems. Now, who remembers black and white telly? Now, I know you're all too young for this, but I do. We used to rent our TV from Radio Rentals years ago. And it was great. We had black and white. Of course, some bright smart then invented colour TV, and it changed everything. And it was just a simple invention. Oh, quick Trivial Pursuit question for you. Which TV sport became popular when they invented colour TV? Snooker! Well done, Keith. Because they could see the colours of the balls, you see. Up until then, they were all grey, weren't they? But anyway, we won't go into that one. Now, the other thing to think about, the metaphor I'm talking about here, are these lovely gadgets here called air fryers. Now, air fryers, of course, have been worthy in saving people their gas and electricity over the last few months. And most people, of course, assume an air fryer is great for making chips. But if you wanted to, you could use an air fryer for chicken nuggety kind of things. You could do steaks or lamb steaks, don't they look lovely? Or like a cream cake. If that's a cake, you've got loads and loads of recipes as well. The point I'm making there is that you've got an invention. People think it's for fries. But if you start using it, you can use it for different things. And that's where Microsoft PowerPoint is beginning to change. It's not just presenting photographs or movies or words. It's presenting you. And that's where it's becoming slightly different. So let's just get into this and see how it works. So let's fire up Cameo. Now, Cameo is available on PowerPoint. I think you need the latest one. But if you've got Office 365, you just update it. It's not a big deal. So you need the latest one. So you fire it up, and what have you got down there? A little picture. Now that picture happens to be me on another camera. So if I popped across here, you see me. Hello. It doesn't look particularly exciting, does it? Because you can do that on Zoom anyway. If I just remove me so that you don't see me on the other picture, that's not a difficult thing to do. But what we allow us to do now is because Cameo now allows us to move things around a little bit. So I've just moved myself across there. Again, that's not particularly that fascinating because you can still do that now. But I might, for example, copy and paste me. So I don't have to recreate things now. I've got two of me. Like you copy a picture, you now got two of me. Again, this is just playing around a little bit, really. But now we start to get a bit exciting. So let's enlarge me. Boom. There you go. These, by the way, I've showed you 7 slides. Simultaneous slides with this Cameo feature inside the slide. So you've designed it inside the slide. Now that's great. The background's not particularly good and it does need to be chopped a little bit. So let's think about cropping. Now cropping, as you know, allows you to crop out bits of a photograph you don't like. So I've just cropped out the bit I don't like. So now I've got me, I've got my hands, a little bit of a background. It's not too bad. Now you notice that I've got a camera above the screen that I'm looking at, so I'm still giving you eye contact, and that's important. But now the Cameo becomes part of the slide. So I can enlarge me if I want to. So boom, I'm nice and big now. Again, this is a PowerPoint slide now. This isn't Zoom, shared screen or anything, it's a slide. So that makes you able to think about what to do with this. Now what can we do with this then? Let's see what else we can do. Well, we can animate me with some movement. This is where Microsoft animation is getting very exciting and easy to use as well. So there's me, and there's me upside down. That's a bit silly. I wouldn't do that. Here's the here's the upside down. You don't want to do that. But you see, you can move it around once it's in the screen, do all sorts of things with it. Now I can move across there, or I can move across here using the morph transition. So now you start to see what you're capable of doing. Now you start to see some of the uses. So here's a classic pie chart. Important fact number 1, which we talk about, blah, blah, blah. Important, this is a vital one now. It's really important as well. It's vital. And now we've got a crucial thing, just typical sort of thing. But now you see I come in and say, yes, that's really crucial. Better that way, actually. That's crucial. Don't forget that one. So now you're starting to involve the audience. Now, if I wanted to get closer, I could do, so you can see me a bit closer. If I wanted to go back. So I'm kind of keeping my head in the middle of that screen. But I'm pointing, you see, to the crucial point. Don't forget that one. And it's just engaging the audience. That's all you're doing. Now, you can frame me as well. Now, why would you want to do that? So there's a photograph. So, hi, I'm in the TV. It's just a bit ridiculous. It's the stuff you can do if you wanted to. You've got a picture of me in the middle. And now I want to talk about sales. Sales in 2024, because, a bit of a downturn, we want to improve things. So let's talk about sales. Now, for the first quarter, we've got very low numbers. For the next quarter, we've got higher numbers as well. And for this quarter here, which is the most important one, we've got the best. And that is what I want you to see more of. So go out there and make sales. All you've done is you've put me into a pie chart. It's just keeping their attention a bit more, that's all. Picture. Hi. That's a bit silly, but you can do that if you wanted to. Here's another example. You could use the morphing transition tool, which I can tell you about if you want to. Now, this is a very important point. This one's vital. And this one is even more crucial. Again, 3 separate slides. Do you like that one, do you? Now, you can put your graphics in front of the video as well if you want to. So full screen me, graphics in front of the video. Now, this is very Khan Academy, isn't it? Then now you've got the gist of what sort of things you can start doing. So let's shrink me down, put me in a movie, put me in the window, because it's a nice thing to do, isn't it? Change my size, crop me a little bit more. It's just like any image now, but it's all based upon camera. A beautiful day out there on the meadows, which is gorgeous, isn't it? What about the seaside? How lovely is that? That's just really nice, isn't it? I'm just playing around. Now, let's look at some extra features of PowerPoint. Animation, design assistant, and graphics. But a couple of things to think about when you're using Cameo, if you want to use it. The first thing to think about is good lighting. You do need to obviously be able to light yourself. Facial expressions come to themselves now. So look at the right camera here. So you need to express yourself. And the webcam proximity is important too. So my camera's up there, so I need to be able to talk to you like this. So my head's kind of in the space. But facial expressions, because people will look at your face now, because they can see it and you're part of it, and they will look to you. And good lighting, of course, allows that face to be presented well. And when you come to design your slides, that's when you design with Cameo. You don't do it on the hoof. It's designed as part of your slide creation process. You put your Cameo image where you think you want it and test to make sure that your head's in the right place, and then have a go. Start with a couple of slides, see how it looks. People might like it. Then start to look at how you could use it.